Hi guys, welcome. This is Olivia with Team X. I hope you guys are ready for another treat. We have another guest here, a longtime friend of mine. I think we've known each other at least for 10 years, and his name is Eliab and Duai. But before I go into this podcast today, I want to tell you guys who Team X is. We have an acronym that we go by, and it's T for transform, E for executives. In our dictionary, executives is not just CEOs. We're talking about anyone that's managing people and money. Okay. And if you are transformation people that actually have lives that transform from business, from relationships to health, wealth, even in the spirit. And then we bring in an alignment. We give you practical ways to apply the knowledge. And then you get mindset transformation for multiplication. In the three areas that we focus on is health, wealth, and relationships. So that's who we are. And I can't wait to have him talk about his story. So, what you're going to get today is you're going to get Eliab's story. He has been a student, he's a business owner that I helped from the beginning, and he's so intelligent, so wonderful, God loving. I know you're going to fall in love with him just as much as we did. And he's going to talk about his journey today. He's going to talk about how his the painful moments in his life and then the
Mm.
ups and the downs and how he was able to take a dream that God gave him for his company and actually birthed it and actually starting to have clients. And so he's going to give you 4 tips at the end. So guys, stay tuned, like and subscribe, don't walk away or pause the video, go get something to drink and stay comfortable. All right, Eliab, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Olivia. I'm so glad that I'm here, finally.
Yes, yes, yes. So tell us, just give us a quick background, a short story, who you are, where you're from, and yeah, the
Mhm.
mindset before we jump into unpack everything that you're going to share today.
Thank you. My name is Eliab from Rwanda, Africa, a place that is very known for safaris and gorillas. So I'm a safari guide, and I own my own tourism and travel company, which I started, and the support of different people after having my mind changed and knowing that I can do it. So I started, and now I'm running it, and I will share more about that testimony. So I've known Olivia for now it's almost 10 years. So I'm so glad that we've been together in this journey. So yeah, that's who I am, Eliab from Rwanda, your future tour guide.
Your future tour guide. Um, I know that the guests are going to be a little curious, so let me ask you some questions about your
Mm-hmm.
background. So, how much family members do you have? Are you the
Sorry.
youngest, the oldest?
Okay. I have my mom, so and 5 siblings.
Five.
So
Okay.
I now have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. One of us passed. So yeah, that's another life that we experience.
Mm.
So I'm followed by the last born. So I was
Wow.
almost being the last born.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, and I'm single, blessed, happy. But
Mm.
yeah, I will give you more details in the future.
Okay.
So, mhm. So I'm
Okay.
coming from a family. I come from a very humbling background, like from a serious poverty that I was
Hmm.
born in, that I grew up in, because I was born in 94 when this country was going through hard times. Like there was genocide happening here. But I thank
Oh.
God that I survived. And I was born that time, and my parents fled to a neighboring country. And later on, when things were settled and my parents returned back to Rwanda.
Mm.
So I grew up like in a country that was really destroyed, and the government at that time was trying to reunite people, to reconcile them, and to remind them that they are all Rwandans. They shouldn't be fighting and all that. So the economy was really like down. So everything was like shut down. Like the country was reborn that time. So growing up in a situation like that, where people had no jobs, nobody was doing farming because people had fled and people were still scared of doing anything. So it was really hard, which
Yeah.
I can say that like also it affected my mindset, not only me but also my fellow Rwandans.
Mm.
So I grew up seeing poverty as something that is close to me and like a friend, how
Yeah.
you experience something bad and you end up just getting used to that. But it was so hard and painful. So
Yeah.
anytime I could think of like ways to get out of it, I could see challenges than opportunities.
Mm.
So growing up like that, it wasn't really easy because my mindset like I had believed that that's how life is like. My family is
Yes.
poor, I will be poor, and then life will be like that. So until things changed. So we get there, I will tell you more about it. But that's a little bit about my background.
Wow, thank you for sharing. And for those that are just tuning in right now, I just want to share with you guys, or if you guys are just like you're skipping the video, I wanted to tell you guys that I got to visit Rwanda, and it was on my heart to do some mission work, and I was invited out there, and it's such a gem. I just want to say that it's such a gem because I've always wanted to go to Africa, but Rwanda was something that the Lord was putting upon my heart, Eliab, when I remember just
Mm,
being, in my own time praying with, just a fellowship that I had. And I remember Rwanda was always being highlighted to me, and I never knew about it. I knew
mm,
about genocide. But when I met you guys there, like it was so beautiful, and the people, like they're so kind, and I also felt the kindness of people, and I also felt the oppression,
mm,
like the poverty, the scarcity. And so, I was walking in out of poverty, out of scarcity, so I was walking in blessings at the time. And so yeah, when I met you, you were just a kid.
yeah,
and
I was really young.
and one of the things that troubled me, guys, was when we were there, we were giving our host that was hosting us $20 a day to feed us. And what happened was, and it just alarmed me that I had a lot of leftovers because it was not, it was not that hungry. And when I seen the kids take my plate, they were finishing my plate off my food. And that's when I knew, oh gosh, like this is so different, and my heart broke because I never have
Mm,
experienced that, where I've seen that type of scarcity, and I wanted to do something about it. And so
mm.
here we go with this journey, right, Eliab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember meeting you that time. We didn't just talk that much, but I'm glad that there is now these social media platforms,
Mm.
but we shared the contacts and we kept on like talking, being in touch, even if you were very busy. But I kept on
Yes.
just waking you up.
Yes. Guys, he
So like,
texted, you emailed me every week saying, "Hi sister, how are you doing?" Every week for I don't know, a good amount of, I think, at least years, right? Before I finally,
yeah,
yeah.
like 4 to 5 years, if I remember well. Yeah.
Well, that goes to show you that persistence pays off, guys. Persistence pays.
Hmm.
All right, so Eliab, you told us a little bit about your background, about family. So let's unpack how, I know at the time, the viewers don't know this, but you were studying tourism and you got a degree.
Hmm.
And let's, I guess, start from there. how did that begin? And what kind of difficulties did you go along the way that mindset change was necessary?
Um, One, we begin with how I went just to school to do tourism and hospitality. One, I live close to the Volcanoes National Park. It's a big park in which mountain gorillas, like the remaining mountain gorillas, are. Even if they were critically endangered at that time, but thanks to the conservation and the people who put a lot of efforts in conserving these gorillas. So I could see tourists passing by on the streets, and I was like, these people are going to see gorillas. It looked so interesting. And I was like, I just want to be this kind of a person who take people to
Mm.
these beautiful hotels to race and to go to see this wildlife. And, I was so passionate like that. And then that's how I decided to go to study tourism. So that time doing it, I just did it being like, I would just apply for a job. I will maybe get a job, which is now also easy to get here
Mm.
because of high level of unemployment. Economy is not doing well yet, but we are working on
Yes.
it. We are still
Come on.
young. We are a young generation that is ready to work on that, and God is using us. So that time, I was like, what was in my mind? I was like, maybe I would be fortunate enough to know English because English was so
Mm.
new to me. It was really hard to even understand someone. But I was like, let me go and study and learn English, and then I get a degree so that I can apply for a job. That was just the dream. Don't tell me about owning a business. That was too big for me. I was like, if I can get a job, that's it. So that's how I went to study tourism. So together with that, I got saved, and I was going to church, just being in a choir and playing piano and singing. It was really beautiful. God was working on me, and it was like the beginning of my journey with God, and a journey to identify, to discover who I am, and knowing what God has for me. So that's how it all started.
Okay.
So when I finished my studies, I tried to look for jobs and I couldn't find one.
Mm.
And I realized that things were not easy as I thought because we were many people looking for jobs. So I was like, it seems like I have no future in this. So I can now go for any job that comes. But still, my mind was into tourism. But I was like, let me go to study about coffee making, and then I became a barista. I went for short courses to learn about cooking, culinary art. I know about cooking and serving food. Just as a young man who really want to do something, to get some money to help myself, to help my mom and my family. So I was so passionate. That's why I went for different things. But still, my mind was like, Eliab, you need to go and do tourism. You really need to do like what you always wanted to do. So
Mm.
it wasn't easy because I had no single coin to invest in it. I didn't know how to do it. And most of tourists that I was seeing here are foreigners. I could see, sorry to use this word, like white people coming to see gorillas, to go on a safari. And I was like, I don't know even these people. How will I do tourism while I've never been to America, I've never been to Europe, I've never been even out of Rwanda. So this is really
Right.
so hard. Even my English was really broken. Thank God that now at least you guys can understand me.
Yes. Yes.
That time it was different. So I was surrounded by limitations.
Mm.
Every door that I could knock on, like it wasn't opening. I could see
Wow. Wow.
impossibilities everywhere I was. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I want you to lean in on that. I think the viewers, whether you're coming from a faith background or you're just starting a business or you're in business, you're always going to find challenges. And so, Eliab, when you
Mm,
said there was limitations, and especially because, and you and I know that, and I got to coach you over the years, and so that's been a fun
mm,
journey. But how is it that when we have limitations, especially growing up with that as well, how did
mhm.
I guess, for us, our faith came into play and God gave you strategies to get out of those limitations. What was that like?
It's not something that happens in an automatic way. Let me say it that way. You don't just sleep and you wake up and find everything working. It's a journey, and it can
Yes.
even be painful
Mm,
because you get to learn, you get to grow, you get to stumble, you get to fight,
sure.
um, for you to grow. So for me, how it was like, I realized that if I don't go for it, I'm going to die poor, and
Mm,
I won't bring any change to my community, and I will live a very sad life because I won't bring any impact in my community. I won't help my mom that I love so
mm,
much.
wow. Wow.
And in my mind, I really wanted to eradicate poverty, but I was like, should I sit here and just do nothing? I talked to myself. Like, I realized that like I can't just be like, let me sit and accept this failure. Let me just go out and try something. But sit was really hard because I had no single coin. I wasn't making money anywhere. So what I did, of course, together with praying and but I didn't speak in tongues, guys. I had I had to just wake up and just go for it. For me,
Mm,
how I started, briefly, my business started with the word of mouth. With the word of mouth,
wow.
I didn't start with any money. I just decided to start telling people what I'm capable of doing, what
Come
I can help
on.
them with
Okay.
for free. I wasn't charging. I could just go to people and I was introducing myself to them. I'm Eliab, a very passionate young guide. I can take you on a mountain hike, I can take you on a gorilla trekking, I can take you on a
Love it.
city tour, I can just show you around and all that. Like, it was so amazing, but
Wow.
very challenging. I wasn't asking
Mhm.
them to pay me. I was like, if you can give me a chance, I can just take you on this cultural center, to to explore and to enjoy my culture. I can take you to this
Wow.
place. So that's how it started, with just the word of
Wow.
mouth.
Word of
Yeah.
mouth. Okay. Let's pause here for a second because we're already getting into the tactics. And so before we get there, I want to just tell the viewers that
Mm-hmm.
what he just shared, you guys, is so important. I hope you guys got to lean in. And, we all have different seasons, we have different journeys. And some of us actually just have to, like what he said, be the barista, do what it takes to just get cash flow going, right? But I hope you guys caught this gem that he just shared with us because a lot of us feel like the cards that are dealt is all that we need to be settled in. What Eliab did that was different, and he could have accepted that as his fate, as his destiny, he pivoted. He was still a barista, but then he leaned into the dream of let me start. Let me just get started. You know what I mean? So I just want you guys to know because Eliab is so brilliant. He's going to unpack a lot of things. So I just want you to catch that anyone that's settling right now, that that you have a nudge, you've been wanting to be that ballet dancer, you have a dream, like, you can always do the coffee barista. We all have that in our lives. You got to do what it takes, but start seeding into that dream, start seeding into that business, just taking that one little small habit you will start to see momentum going in that area, and you're called to it. For my faith believers, you know that God gave you a dream. So I just want you guys to lean in. That was a very big gem, and he just kind of skimmed over it. So just wanted our viewers to hear that. That is a tremendous pivot, Elia. That's amazing. God,
Mm.
just bringing that transformation. So, okay, so it was word of mouth, but if I backtrack a little bit, because I know that I was your coach too, there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, because I think a lot of people, when they hear this, Eliab, they always think like this is going to happen only for Eliab, but not for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for us to kind of share that even before you even did word of mouth, like you didn't even have your driver's license. You remember that? Like you didn't have,
Mm-hmm.
like there was nothing you had. And we just, as I was coaching you and you were like, hey, we found out, we started to narrow down, okay, to get to this point, what's the first most important thing? And by doing that, everything else was unnecessary. You would nail down the habits, Eliab, right? Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was a license, it was something else, and it was just like little by little things started moving. Can you kind of explain that a little bit for our viewers?
Okay. Here, let me just share this that I can call the heart of everything is just your mindset, which I'm so thankful for because when I met Olivia and she started coaching me, it was more focused on having a changed mindset, like having a transformed mindset, because this is like it's like a factory in which everything is produced from. So when I met Olivia, let me begin from there. Like, and when she accepted to start coaching me. She started just like teaching me of how things can be possible. But it is possible when we believe it, when our mind accepts it, because
Mm,
you need to conceive it first, and
yes.
believe that it is there and it is there for you. So when after believing that it's there for you, you just start the journey to go for it. So that's how it started. So I started just building this habit of one after knowing that yes, it is possible. I can go for it. I can defeat this fear. Not coming one day and be like, I defeat you now. No, no, it's just the journey. It's like unpacking my mind, like as I input new stuff, new mindset, new beliefs, you know. So that's how it happened, and then I started just believing that I can just make it. It is possible. Like even if I don't have like the tangible things, but everything's produced from here, so I
Mm,
can produce and implement what I want. So that was the journey. I started reading books about the habits, how like the domino effect, like how you need to step just to take one step at a time. How you want just to make 100 steps, but it all begin with one step.
mhm, mhm.
Just take one step, you will be remaining with 99 steps. See, you're doing it. So take another step, 2 steps, you're remaining with
Mm,
98. So it goes like that, and I'm still making those steps.
oh my.
So then, as my mind started believing believing that it is possible, I started making small steps. This is how I did it. So for me, going for a barista, I wasn't interested in making coffee drinks. One, these coffee shops, this is where most of tourists come to and hang out.
Wow.
And remember, those are my target market. So I went there, I learned about making coffee drinks, and then I loved it. But I was like, okay, I hope one day I will be able to serve this coffee. And then I go and smile at these people and serve them coffee. And I was making very good coffee. plus smiling, and I was just now I got a chance to start talking to those people, just serving
Mm,
coffee, getting to know them, and they were just talking to me. And oh my God, I had this big smile because I like these are my clients, even if they have their guides, but at least I'm
uh-huh.
hanging out with people that I'll be having as my clients in the future. You
Come
know, so
on.
then I started from there, serving coffee, but talking to people. Then from there, that's how I started just telling these people that, hey, after this, if you guys have free time and you want to do something, you can try this, you can try this city tour, you can go on a cultural tour, you can go
Mm,
on a mountain hike. Some of them were like, where can we go to, tell us how we can get there. I was like, yeah, at this time I'll be done with work. You can just let me know. I will take you there for free. Like I didn't want money. I didn't want to think about money. I was like, just for free. One, because I wanted to practice my English. Two, I just wanted to get experience. Like, how do these tourists interact with their guides? Like, how do they talk? Like, what are they interested in? So, learning all that. So, I had to do a job that wasn't paying for me to
mm,
learn.
mm-hmm.
So, in every journey you are in, learning will be the first thing to do. So then I started from there, plus just being coached, of course, by Olivia. And then after that, I realized that I had no driving license. Why I needed it? It's because most of the tourists who come here, they have their drive guides, these people who drives and at the same time guiding. So I had no license. So that I took that as my next goal to get the driving license, and then I
Mm,
started just learning the traffic rules and all that, and learning how to drive, and then
mm-hmm.
I worked for my
Mm-hmm.
driving license 2 times.
Mm.
Then on the second time, I got the license. Uh-huh. Another step was made. Plus,
Yes.
like consistently working on my mindset because the journey is always long, but you need to walk it just slow by slow. When I got my driving license, of course, I had no car. Even today, I don't have a car.
And then you learned, and you learned something in a cooking lesson.
But I knew that I can rent out cars. I can rent cars from other people and drive
Mm-hmm.
those cars like when I have my own clients. So together with that, I continued learning about tourism, about wildlife, about these animal behaviors, about their habitat, where they live. I started digging deep in knowing my culture, about my society, my community, so that when
Mm.
these people come for gorilla trekking, for example, on a safari, it's not only about the animals, but also the community, the people, the culture, you know,
Wow.
because all those skills combined,
Yeah.
it makes me a good guide for my
Wow.
clients.
That is so good. Let me just take a little pause. I'm gonna actually while I'm talking, I'm gonna put
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna share the hold on for a second. Okay, I'm gonna pause it real. Hmm. Hey guys, so I'm pulling up the Google reviews for his company. It's called Better Land Rwanda Tours. This is Google reviews right now, and these are actually clients that he served, yeah, years ago, probably current as well. But look at what they're saying. He's a go-to host for anyone visiting Rwanda. Custom tours with a personal touch and the most friendly guide. Um, we have Francois. He spent a beautiful honeymoon. Let me look at the pictures real quick. Look at guys. Look at the pictures. So beautiful. Wow. Look at the safari. Um, aw, so adorable. Yeah, people are having a good old time with Eliab, and you guys can check him out. I believe that I'll be including the links. Okay, so here's Eloise traveling by myself for Rwanda for the first time. Was fortunate enough to find Better Land Rwanda Tours. Eliab is the greatest guide was the greatest guide. He organized an amazing tour for me and showed me his country. So, among many, many others, okay? And he also has a Facebook page. So, you guys could see that there's 746 um, followers. And here we are. Oh, it's so cute. So, guys, this is where you guys could, click on his link and actually go and book a tour with Eliab. This is his business. This is what he does. Okay, it's really beautiful. Oh my gosh. Uh, I'm gonna go, Eliab. I'm gonna go. Yeah,
I can't wait to have you here.
I know. But I want to, give the viewers a chance to, you shared a lot, and I want to make sure that we have the steps. And so, what I got my takeaway from you was we got to take our first step, take the first step.
Mhm.
And your first step was word of mouth. And a lot of people, maybe that's opening your LLC, you know, telling people that you want to do this, like you did your market research. Number two, that word of mouth gave you, in my world, as I coach people in marketing and how to establish their businesses, that's actually what he did, guys, was very smart. He did market research. He started sharing the word and started testing the market to see if there was any demand. And number two is
Mm.
because he was working as a coffee barista, like, I don't know how good that was, but I don't know if America, we can talk about another thing while we're being paid on someone else's time. But I mean, what's smart, the smart move that he made was he positioned himself around potential clients, right? He allowed himself to be around people that could be his future clients. And so he started, instead of making our ask way too early, this is something that I see as a problem, is if you don't have any reputation, if you have no reviews, your ask can't be a lot because no one knows whether or not they can trust you. And that's what Eliab did. And that's a jump. Like, I'm so proud of you, Eliab. Like, he did it
Thank
for
you.
free. Yeah, he did it for free because he's testing to see if there was a demand. Will you even trust me to, drive you guys around? And, like I shared with you guys, we worked on his license. And look at that. Number three was he did not make that excuse that he didn't have the money. Okay.
Mm.
So for those that don't feel like I don't have the finances, I don't have this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not brilliant enough, whatever that is, don't make that excuse because he just eliminated that excuse from all of us. He learned OPM. This is called other people's money. So as he got his license, he said, hey, Coach Olivia, I don't have the money, but they do. So if they sign up with me, I can use what they pay me and I rent the cars. And like, that's brilliant, right? That's brilliant. So, guys, these are three things that I just took away from him. And number four, he said he was learning along the way. So, this lie that we
Mm.
all have to have everything perfect, it's not true, right, Elia?
You're right.
Because I mean, that's how I do business, Eliab. Like, I find like, oh no, I need to learn more stuff. And you keep on growing and you keep on and you
Mm.
can serve your clients better. So that's the four takeaways that I got from him. And I hope you guys got to catch these gems because he is going quick and fast. And but anything else as we wrap up? Is there any other tips you want to share about your business or, encourage people that are maybe starting out, trying to start business? What would you like to share with them?
What I can say is that not every business needs money to start. So you can find any uh, possible way you can start your business using your money or someone else's money, or maybe you just need to implement an idea. I know tourism is more on social media platforms. That time I had no even a Facebook page or anything. So I started with a word of mouth. But let me tell you how I got to be now on these social media platforms. I I used the Wi-Fi at that coffee shop to open my Facebook page for the first time. So I didn't pay any money. I just was there, and I was like, okay, let me just use their Wi-Fi. Let me now connect to this Wi-Fi and open my Facebook page. I didn't
Nice.
pay any money, I was just there. Sometimes you just need to be at a place to do something, so, and then I started just having Instagram and Google page and everything that you're seeing there, Twitter and TripAdvisor, just for free. These are the tools that are there waiting for us. So sometimes when we expect, we want to start big, we fail along the way. You start small, you learn and grow as your business grow. So
Mm,
what I can say is that start with little you have, but whether you have much or little, if your mind does not conceive your vision or your goals or what you do, it will be hard for you to do it. You first
yes.
conceive it, you believe it, and then you work on it, you do it. Yeah.
That's really good. I love that. So if we can conceive it in our mind, guys, like what he shared, that's true for everybody. If we can actually think that this is very possible, it is. It really
Yeah,
is, right?
it is.
Wow. There are things that in our coaching sessions I didn't know. I'm so glad I got to hear your story. For my faith believers, what would you like to share with them at the, this is coming down to an end now. What would you like to speak over them as we're wrapping up for them?
Number one, I thank you guys for having given a time to watch and listen to this, to your future tour guide.
Love it.
And let me invite you all to Rwanda, Africa. It's a very beautiful continent that you will love traveling to, whether you want to take your family on a vacation or you want to take your fiance, your wife, your husband, kids, everybody. You are just all invited to Rwanda. There's a lot that you can do here, like visiting gorillas, chimpanzee, monkeys, going on a safari, visiting cultural centers, and almost like many things, many interesting things that you can visit here. You enjoy our culture, food. It's a lot. So I first of all invite you. Number two, I just want to speak a blessing upon
Come on.
you. Yeah, God loves you, and you are such a beautiful, handsome person that God is delighted in, because He created you and His love is with you. He is together with you in this journey, whether you have started or you're looking forward to starting. He holds your hand. So don't be afraid. Go and do it. You use God's given strength, and He will guide you if you lean on Him. If you not only lean
Mm.
on your own understanding, if you put all your trust, your faith in Him, and believing that with Him everything is possible, then it is possible. So go for it. Sending you love from Rwanda, and I speak blessings. God bless.
Oh, so good. I want to put a little ad here for those that, we have been so tired. We are so tired. We have been grinding. Maybe some of us have been just so worn out. And as I got to see the pictures of the couples that are going there, even people that are going by themselves, and I don't
Mm.
think this is just for people that believe in faith. I believe all across the board, Eliab, it's important for
Mm.
us to rest and play.
Yes.
Yeah. So
You
to
taught me
give you
about
guys,
that. I can't
yeah,
forget.
I taught
You
you
taught me
that.
about racing.
Yes, resting and playing, and that is something that we all need. And I believe that what Eliab is facilitating is not just a tour; it's a permission to rest. It's permission to just take it all in and play because play is also a thing that we used to do as children, and we didn't just think about everything we had to do, everything is demanded right now. We got to play and
Mm.
unwind. So I think what you're doing is amazing. This hospitality industry is so healing. Like we need mental health. You know, we were talking about people that are depressed. They're just so burnt out, Eliab. So I believe that
Mm.
you're really hitting people in a where like sometimes creativity is so locked up because you're so stressed. So that's what I tell my clients. If you're stressed out, you're gonna have to unwind. You're gonna have to breathe and like Eliab does this
Mm.
stuff. And so what he's doing, guys, is just it's not just a tour. It's really vital for you to rest and play.
That's true. That's true.
Yep. So, guys, I enjoyed having Eliab. Eliab, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're gonna have to put out a book.
Mm.
For those that are faith believers, he's also a worship leader. So we're probably gonna have
Yeah.
him on the podcast to talk about his journey in worship and how he teaches other worship leaders. And then he's also a person that is very involved in charity for the kids. Like he has a very, very
Yeah.
heart for at-risk kids. So I mean, it's my job to blow my brother up. You know, that's what I do. So he's and
Thank you
so
so much.
oh, you're welcome. But guys, you're gonna see the links in the description box. Guys, book a tour, make your next trip a vacation with
Yes.
Better Land Rwanda Tours. I'm gonna have to do that myself. Team X, put it in, make sure that Team X sent to you, and hopefully he'll throw in a bonus. I'm hinting to
Mm-hmm.
him.
Of course.
He throws in a bonus. He gives you a cinnamon roll. I don't know what he would do, but honestly, he's gonna take care of you guys. And hit the like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.